Alrighty, I think we are live. I have no idea if we're live yet, but I think we are live. Yes, Zipcode live and go behind the scenes of Tao Many Doc with Ken and Kyle. Boom. Welcome everybody. On this episode, we will be covering what is going on at Zipcode and this new exciting doc launch. And we also have Ken with us. You can't see him, but he's behind the scenes somewhere. And we're going to go behind the scenes. He's giving you a peace sign, by the way. No one can see him besides Kyle and I, but he's here. He's happy. Um, I feel like we're like trapped in like a box over there, Ken. You're like in a corner. Um, so let's go through it. We just published docs. These are the docs that we previewed. We said, hey, this is like what things are going to look like on novelty search. But now we've done some, or I haven't. Kyle's done some audit passes. And now we're at a point where we have these docs. So what I'm going to do is put the docs on the screen. So Kyle, as you talk about them, uh, we can have something to like show people. But the real point is like, look, this is like as we're as in the weeds as it gets. Let's just like talk about what's important in these docs, what's exciting to you, and as the person who's built this system, why does the system need to exist? I think I think like that's the first frame of thought. If you want to start there, go ahead. I was going to throw you a softball. Otherwise, let me know if you want the softball though.
No, this is a good one. Um,
One second,
so
let me get the screen up. Hold on. Or actually, you can just keep going.
cool. Um, something that's something that's very novel about our system is that we have what's basically like an on-chain credit equity vault structure. There's a lot of blow-ups that are happening with private credit, and the whole issue that people are discussing on X is that if you're having on-chain capital that's committed to off-chain loans and they default, then where's your dollars at, and what happens to the underlying token there? And this has led to depegs and massive capital holes and stranded capital, and people are straining under this idea that like a credit dollar is a dollar, and I don't believe that it is. A credit dollar is a share in a risk that you're taking, and that's what's actually happening. It's just not being framed that way. And so, one of the things that our contracts do is they programmatically state like you have a claim to an underlying share of the yield and duration risk of this private credit that's being offered here. And so that's like a pretty neat that's a pretty neat and unique thing that we're doing. Another thing that's like very cool is that we're bridging Bittensor with EVM, which is happening through Chainlink, as you can see right here. That's pretty amazing. We're taking like APIs from Plaid and Credit Karma, doing some ZK proofs to verify like who are you? Do you deserve this? Is this in accordance with the needs of like the secondary markets who will be absorbing these loans long term? And then that transforms like cross chain into basically an oracle that says what the price of your lien is or how much credit you qualify for and whether or not you can even access it. And Chainlink CRE is a sort of arbiter that operates and transmits all this information. Very cool stuff we're building on top of.
Real quick pause. You and I talk about CRE like over breakfast every day. That's not the case for everybody. There is one guy in Bittensor, I think RJ, at unsupervised, and he's talking about Chainlink's this amazing opportunity. Now this isn't a Chainlink a shill pod. We're not the Chainlink or the Link Marines, but I do want to talk about CRE because it is weirdly aligned with AI more than I think people think.
It really is. Yeah, so Chainlink used to have something called automation, right? And they also used to have something that's, I guess they still do, but it was like they sectioned it off. It was like data streams and automation. They were separate kind of things. They took those and they combined them into something that's like a Chainlink runtime environment, which is like you have some information, you can get it from a couple of different sources. You can do read or write actions. So basically, you could read APIs and write on chain. You could read on chain events and write on chain. You could read on chain events and write APIs, right? Like push to APIs. So like imagine an entity that's like shoving information around or taking action according to like a strict set of rules. And then that's what CRE can do. And so
the new IBM.
yeah, it's if you want your agent to have teeth and you want it to be like you want your agent to take action on chain, CRE can be an expression of how it does that. The agent would be like the intelligence. The CRE would be like almost the nervous system and like musculature or something. And then in our situation, we're using Gnosis safe zodiac modules, which are like, this is a safe, but it can do like, it has a signer that can do very specific activities. And so you say like, I'm going to allow you to open up a credit line if these qualifications are transmitted by like through Chainlink.
Right.
And then Chainlink pulls the information, presses the like triggers the on-chain action, and then a credit line is opened along and then directed to the party that's been aligned to. So it's a automated strategy infrastructure.
Yeah, it's like a message writer essentially. It's like you use an on-chain writer. Right.
Yeah, and we can also use it to make oracles.
Yeah, I'm sure it could be used in like a subnet incentive mechanism, right? Because you're essentially writing stuff on chain. I'm sure that there's ways for subnet users. We don't have to go into that now, but I do want to go into something you did mention. It's something that you and I actually bonded over in our early days over at Alpha Growth. When you first joined, I didn't really know you. And you were like, yeah, I like this DAO house stuff, and I like these Moloch DAOs. And I'm like, what? You know about DAO house and Moloch DAOs? And like I proceeded to go try to like invest in DAO house and the bear, and got like scammed on a fake website. And we share this passion for this thing that an amazing group of people have given to the on-chain ecosystem. I think we're some of the few people, the ghouls really, are the few people that actually understand what was built there. And it's like the remnants of Amin Soleimani, and his contributions to the DAO sphere is what this is in the lore, in the meta of it. I want to give you some time here to just unpack. Right, everyone knows Euler, right, guys? You can replace Euler on that diagram here on the screen with Morpho. Who gives a shit? What's really interesting are these Zodiac modules. And Kyle, please indulge.
Yeah, so Deacon Brown actually helped me understand a lot about these, and he's a lead over at DAO House. And so what is a Zodiac module? The Zodiac module is like a structure that sits on top of a safe that gives authority to a very specific function. And what a DAO house like Moloch v3 DAO is it's a Zodiac module that has like some economic accounting and some governance capacity. I've been involved in governance things. I don't believe that they work. I don't believe that people want to participate in governance. And so, fortunately, Chainlink CRE can come in and automate the conditions under which certain activities can take place. And we can also benefit from the economic accounting that's present inside of it's the Moloch v3 loot token is what it's called. And it's basically just, it's a credit vault where you have a pro rata share, an economic share of the underlying. And then the whole thing is that there's this rage quit kind of idea, which is like you could leave with your share. The problem with the rage quit thing is that this is like easy to shoot yourself in the foot, especially if the underlying vault has anything like, suppose it's yield farming with your stuff and then you rage quit, but you're rage quitting, but the actual money's over there. Then you're taking your share out of something that's not an accurate accounting of the whole system. So you can't be just having people rage quit and then having to provide customer service support of like, why didn't I get the money back? Where's my equity? It's like your equity's gone because you pressed a button you shouldn't have pressed. And so what we did is we basically hooked up this equity vault to a limit order book that allows people to exit, because these things are not liquid all the time. If your money's, with the HELOC originator, you can't withdraw it. And then we have like basically a CRE contract that says, well, here's what is available for exit. We're fulfilling that on this limit order book. We'll burn it, like we'll give you these things, we'll accept your stuff, we'll burn your shares. And that's sort of where the rage quit went into. And basically it's just like, it's an economic accounting engine for like an equity-based credit fund. And that's like the super capitalist version of like what Dow House like made.
Yeah. And it's also a super capitalist and, I think bare metal version of how the credit system truly works. Right. It's like, hey, let's what is this rage quit? Kyle said, hey, this thing has a ton of teeth, but also this rage quit function, we kind of make it a little softer. The idea is, hey, we don't expect you to rage quit and burn all your equity, burn all of your USD you put into the vault. That's insane. You'd never do that. But what you would do is you'd want to exit, and to exit with that equity intact, somebody else has to take your spot. And there's this limit order system where it says, hey, Kyle is you lent to the vault that lends to SEBI, right? I'm the originator of SEBI, and Kyle, you're the lender. If you're like, I'm tired of SEBI's shenanigans, I just want the money now or whatever, I'm happy with what I have, and be like, let me leave. You're going to say, hey, we're going to tell you, hey, there's resting orders for this. This is not a liquid asset you have, but people are willing to buy it for a 1%, 2% discount. Are you willing to do it?
And they can do that permissionlessly using the TAO order book. But then when your line of credit comes in and there's like a new flush of USDC that's backing this thing that's not out in credit lines, if someone is waiting to exit, they get first like service to that liquidity. So it's like, okay, you want out? Here you go. Like as soon as it's available, CRE's like, how much is available and how much wants to exit, and then how much can we digest right now. It's just it's an honest accounting of a process that has been basically causing a bunch of people pain for months, maybe years, right? And the other thing is, it's like the rage quit is an exit to a vault. I think that, there's a bit more of a technical thing when you talk about like yearn vaults. Yearn vaults all happen like this because it's all on chain. So I deposit my USDC into a yearn vault. It deposits it into like Aave or something. When I want to leave, it pulls it out. It gives it back to me. I'm happy. I made some yield. Yearn takes their cut. That's a vault, and that's like a 4626 structure. You can't do it with that structure with like private credit that has off-chain like yield components. Like right. You're stuck with us because we've got a repurchase agreement that we're waiting for.
Right. There's no you're not pushing that market to a kink, and you're not like you're driving a borrow cost. This is fixed rate, buddy. Yeah. So we don't have that luxury. It's really a luxury to have that the kink experience of a lending market instead of the just straight line that is fixed rate. But that straight line, having a straight line of an interest rate, makes it so that you have a set promise to the borrower, right?
The borrower is more interested. They can commit. They'd be like, oh, okay, this is how much I can afford. This is how much the market could give me elsewhere.
Yeah.
So
So to me, it seems fixed rate is better for the borrower, which makes sense, and a variable rate is better for the lender because they can go and get even higher than the traditional rate, but then they can get lower, but then they can just leave, and then that'll back.
And you have to be brutal somewhere, because that's the reason that the kink exists, is to like say, sorry borrowers, but like we're charging you to oblivion right now because like you've been the market needs your liquidity basically. And that's what the repurchase agreement is for like TradFi,
Yeah, so I'm going to go into the doc here, into the docs, we've talked about this, guys, as you're here. But actually, let's just do it here, because we talk about the vault. We just talked about the module, the Zodiac module from Safe, or it uses Safe, but it's like a custom build on top of Safe, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. Yeah.
We talked about the line of credit, right? But they must sign the repurchase agreement, and their lien must meet the qualification standards of secondary market partners. This is our next thing. So filling up the vault, guys, is us going to essentially protocols like Euler and saying, hey, we have a ton of incentives and a ton of exciting products to build in your platform. Introduce us to lenders. Many of the different types of protocols we're in touch with can help us. But then the other side is, let's go to secondary markets so that we can get our borrowers, which is a strategy we have in the works. And to get the borrowers, it just makes sense because they're the ones the secondary market participants are trying to buy as many of these assets as possible. So go to the people who are incentivized to help us. We're doing that on the BD side. But on the technical side, talk to me through this repurchase agreement and these the secondary market qualifications that you expect.
Well, I wish that we could talk to more people who have expertise in this. I know that 3Jane and Maple would be excellent people to have discussions with.
Is this your call out? Is this your call out publicly to say, Sebi, let's go get Martin from Maple on the call?
Yeah, that's what this is.
I think we should too. No, I think not only that, we should get Securitize on here, right? Everyone that is in our sphere should be on this call at one point. And then maybe we do something bigger with them, because I like that idea as well.
Cool.
But to that point, maybe here's what's better. Just give me the nature of a repurchase agreement. Is this what are they repurchasing? Is it we hold the lien and they have to buy the lien from us, or is it
hold the
vault from us?
What we're replacing is a liquidation mechanic. So the idea is on-chain liquidations, you have pools of capital and you're like, I'm liquidating some Bitcoin, I need some dollars. You can go make that swap. The pools are deep enough. It just works. In this situation, you don't have a resting buyer, right, for this thing. And you also have duration risk, which is I didn't sign up to have you hold on to my dollars for the 7 years that it takes you to repay your HELOC loan, right? And so what we have there is I need to have a term that says I'm comfortable earning X amount of yield within this time period, say 1 to 3 months. And then you're and the conditions are, if this is not paid by this time, we are seizing your the claim to your lien, legally, and then putting it into and this could be Figure, for example. If you go to rwa.xyz, Figure has $18 billion worth of something in their Figure HELOC. I'm pretty sure that's just paper that's backing their HELOC loans. So if you have enough money, you can just form an RWA asset, and then there you go. But if you need to push it to a secondary market, that'd be there's a handful of takeout providers is what they're also called, right? And our business model as of right now is your Saluda grade, your Angel Oak, you make 8 to 9 figure deals annually, in something related to HELOC securitization and selling those to funds. You grab them, bundle them up, and then sell them out to people who then hold the long-term risk, right? And then the people you're paying, those are the people that first finance the loans to begin with, so they can finance new loans. They're almost like salespeople for the securitization process, and that's the HELOC originator. So what we want to do is we want to give those salespeople more lines of credit, and we want to help them to become more qualified to be holding and producing loans that are eaten up by these secondary markets. So, hey, Saluda grade, what kind of things are you looking for? And then let's qualify just for that and find you some originators and give them lines of credit. And then we can be more confident when we say to our USDC depositors, you should deposit in here because we've got someone who's basically waiting in line with qualifications for what they will purchase.
Right.
And then it's a matter of cycling Are we still up to date? Are we still good? And you can just do that until basically the real estate market collapses.
And then what happens then?
Then you're in the legal hell that everyone is like trying to survive, and that's where these repurchase agreements are useful, because it's like if you have a problem, nobody wants to have a problem, but if you do have a problem, you need to have a way of digesting that problem in a way that like allows USDC depositors to be made whole, or to reduce the burden of like basically needing to fill that hole because like you've like either got the underlying lien that you're holding, or you can resell it for a good chunk of money, like this type of thing. And so that's the importance of this like asset-backed credit that we're talking about.
I mean, worst case scenario, let's put yourself in the shoes of a lender,
Yeah.
and say they're kind of on their own, right? They were the only person in this vault. That vault, is now having issues, right? They now own a lien, is where I'm getting to. They own this asset. It's generating money. It pays money. Right? The end borrower didn't default per se. Um, so this
That,
vault can be hedged. I mean, sorry, this vault, this lien, this revenue generating asset can be hedged, just like, so you don't always have to sell it to retain your value. You can always find an instrument to hedge, and there are many different types. It's ideal if you're accredited investor, because you'll have access to that through your Carl Schwab's and Goldman Sachs's. Um,
mhm.
so it is important to know that one, this repurchase agreement is the mechanism that we are attributing to our liquidation process. Why it's important is because when you go fund $15 million to a fintech in North Africa who's never going to pay you back, you can't go get the lien and then hedge against that lien. The lien should be revenue generating.
Right. Uh, and
We
that's what Securitize is doing, and that's what Figure is doing, and that's what the people who are buying from Salutagrade are depending on. Some like, where's your yield come from? Oh, it's from Sally repaying her HELOC over the next like 8 years. It's like Sally's a little chunk inside of that like larger band of money that's called the credit fund, a tokenized credit fund.
right.
So that's how I'm understanding it.
Okay. So I don't want to kill these people. Right? These are our AI friends. We have other DeFi friends that will go and try to confuse. But Kyle, I have to give you your flowers here. You came into our organization like a month and a half or 2 months ago, let's say. Yeah, 2 months ago now, officially. It's felt like 1 month because we've done so much. I feel like it's been a week. Like I don't even know. Uh,
It's
like
been great.
I don't even know how to gauge time when we're working together, dude.
It's been fast, dude.
If you guys at the acceleration, maybe not in the us messaging on the Discord, but the acceleration on our page and on our GitHub, it is night and day. So I just want to give my appreciation to you, Kyle. You are doing a phenomenal job on the team, not only for Zipcode but for the broader Bittensor organization. And yes, if anybody wants to stay up to date with Kyle, I think he's might be hosting or co-hosting this, but it's at Root Draws on X. So go show Kyle some love, and we're gonna bring Ken on in a second. But Kyle, please give your grace and say goodbye to our good friends here.
Okay. Nice to see you today, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Hell yeah! Thank you, Kyle.
Bye, guys.
Rock out. And now we have the man who's going quite viral today. We have the Ken. He's here. My guy. How
What's
are you?
going on? What's going on? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Oh my god, dude. The community is just blowing up.
I
This
can't
is
believe it, man.
blowing up over this video. I am so proud
I'm
of the
super excited. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. Like it was takes a team effort for these videos. So, we went out to Paris, me and my bud. You were out there. We were able to capture some. I love all the content we shot. I mean, you saw me, we were duck diving in Paris. We were in the Louvre just getting all the stuff, and yeah, it turned out well. I'm super excited. I wanted to pull at the heartstrings. I wanted to also show the community, and I wanted to have a vibe, man, all the stuff together, and I wanted it to be informative. So we ran with it and put it out, and we're getting love.
Dude, the funniest thing, the first people I showed it to were like my best friend's family, and we are having like a family dinner night, and my buddy's girlfriend was there, and she's like the sweetest girl ever. So I show the video to them, like we screen it in the living
Oh,
room,
come on.
like this is a draft, like I think late last week, and at the end, this sweet girl goes, "Why am I so scared right now?"
Ooh, I mean, sad that she's scared, but awesome that she's feeling something.
Yeah, I was gonna say so. That was what we had with the first feedback loop on the draft. Is like people are scared. Now let's give them hope. And I think that your "This is Bittensor" section, your call outs to where people can go, give them a resource, go to TAO.com, go to the Discord. There's no better place to send
Yeah,
people than those
100%.
TAO.com, whatever it is. But yeah, talk to me about what was your, thought process going through this. I know we did a lot of, back and forth together, but yeah, talk to me. Let's go through the behind the scenes. How do you make this shit, dude? Everyone's trying to wonder who made this.
Oh man, how do I? It's really interesting because, well, one of my inspirations is Johnny Harris, and
Who's Johnny Harris?
this YouTuber, check him out. YouTuber, he covers these topics, and he does it in such a way where it really, really hits home. He might focus on a small thing. So I might be like, yo, look at this Perrier. You know where Perrier was from?
Dude, I love this guy.
Yeah, right?
Hold on.
Like,
Let's give the people a thing.
Executive from a bank in the Bahamas is flying in to go on a date. Wait, actually, I'm gonna let Adam tell the Miami story. Adam is my producer, who a few months ago I asked.
But you guys can see the quality. Okay, so now we know who, what is it, Johnny Harris is.
Johnny Harris, dude. How many subscribers? 7.4? Come on.
7.8 million subscribers.
Me with my 70 subscribers. No, excuse me, my 20 subscribers on YouTube.
No, dude, well, one, you're
Yeah,
not
well, yeah,
content for YouTube. Two,
yeah,
this video more than ever is like hey, people need these stories. And the best part is that at Big Tensor, we have open intelligence
yeah, dude.
and open finance. That's
Yeah,
it. And
yeah.
whether or not we win to be hundreds of billions and billions per year in success, doesn't matter. What matters is that we're building in the right track.
Which I love.
And the stories that can come out of building in the right way are important.
Yeah.
News research can't talk about building something in the most idealistic way, in the best way possible, in the way that gets everybody involved. They got a ton of equity, right? Claude can't do that. OpenClaw can't do that. They got bought out by OpenAI. They sold out in the definition of it. So, yeah, I think we have something special here in terms of the story to tell.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's talk about that story.
Yeah.
With you,
a lot of these stories too are kind of sort of what you feel when you're hanging out, when you step away from, hey, I just hung out with Sebi Rubino, hey, I just saw the Big Cast people, hey, I just saw Mark Creaser. Some of these things I just chatted with them. It's the feeling that you get when you step away from seeing them in person and chatting about their stories and chatting about their stuff. So a lot of times I want to incorporate that through me in a video, just so people feel like they're a fly on the wall with some of the stuff, and just make it hit hard, because there's actually some stuff here that we're all really caring about. Why are we all here? Yes, we get these warm and fuzzy feelings when we're stepping away, but why are we actually meeting is these heavy, these bigger things which we're going through, which we're talking about in the videos. So we had planned, of course, to fly out to Paris and capture a couple things. A lot of times, it's funny with my videos, I just capture stuff. Sometimes I will go in with thinking, hey, this is the theme that I want out of it. But a lot of times you never know how things are going to unfold. So just want to capture everything and see how it feels, see what the vibe is, so I can make a video that coincides with that. So kind of had that with this. Me and my buddy Andre, we kind of had a plan with what we wanted to shoot. So we went in, and it came together, man. It came together nicely in the edit, which is where a lot of the magic is, which I love the edit process. So, it's yours truly behind the camera, yours truly editing, yours truly with the voice. But it also takes a village, because there's a lot of advice. There's a lot of people, we show it to people. We get, hey, we need to pair this back. I might show it to Andre. Hey, add this. Might show it to you. So it takes a village as well. But I love how it turned out, man. And this is just the beginning of. And the thing with these videos too is it's not like it's it's the next video. I'm always trying new things. I'm always interested in what else can I do. It's a personal journey of mine too to always get better with this form of content, something that I just love. I mean, I've been filming for 15 years as a hobby just because I'm always trying to capture that goal of that perfect video, but you never get it, which means I can't wait for the next one. I can't wait till I work on the next one.
Do you think people even understand the insanity that is you being a developer, like until 2 months ago or a month ago? Like you were literally developing code more than you were videos, and now we're in a point where we needed your help for a little savior task there, which you came in clutch on the front end. But other than that, it's like, Ken, stay off the fucking code.
Which is crazy to me because I'm like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go away for a little bit and edit a video. Like, I'm not used to the fact that I could be heads down for 8 hours. When I'm coding, you'll see during that 8 hours, this push, that push, this. I'm just.
What do you think about this? Review this. Hey, I'm thinking about these architectures. What should I do? Hey, I know you fixed this for your subnet. How should I do it here? You don't have to do any of that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, so look on Framer instead of
This is a dream though because I'm really able to hone it in. I'm really able to kind of sit down, and I find too, you've seen my schedule, Sebi. It's sporadic because you don't know where the creation will happen, but this allows me time to, I can step away, the creativity will flows, and I come back and I just bang out a section. So, I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. It's a lot of fun. I can't wait for the next set, the next video, videos. Just always want to get better at this art form. So
we know what the next one is. I can tell you that. We don't want to say it yet, but we do know what the next one is. It's actually a follow-up to this video. You guys, like, let's just, I'm going to walk you down a path here. The video that we just published is titled, Who Owns Your Intelligence? It's a pretty simple friggin' question. And the reason why we asked that question is because you don't. Chances are you don't. If you're intelligent in the AI age, means you have AI. You don't own that. You're renting that from Claude or ChatGPT. And even in many cases, these open source code bases, they need a way to continue to sustain. The power with Bittensor, guys, is not that you can make something open and you can do it once. It's that you can make something open and keep it updating forever, right? If News Research made Hermes, and Hermes is a code base, that code base needs to be maintained and updated as security concerns happen with AI. It needs to be addressed. If you want SOC 2 compliance, that you're not just going to get that just for asking. And my point here is that we need to tell the story of now, how can you own your intelligence? Cool. I know I don't own my intelligence. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I'm putting myself in my friend's
help.
How can I tell this sweet girl how she can protect herself? Because these are intelligent people who are college educated, but they see this and they're like, wow, I just spent $250,000 that I'm still paying, and I'm gonna have to pay it forever. What if I can't? So that's an important
100%. 100%. Yeah, we talked about it, and not only did we talk about it, which you see a lot of these groups, they talk about it, but what a lot of these videos, KOLs, whatnot, I'm not even there, I'm not even that. What am I saying? Just content talking about that, but we're actually making people feel that. That's what I want. I want people to feel it as well. So I think that this video accomplished it. And just excited to continue to make people feel the severity of these times. And, I think we're, like I said in the video, we're the final frontier, the last part of the final frontier. I mean, seriously, like if AI is the final frontier, which who knows? I mean, maybe we'll come up with teleportation or superpowers after AI, but I mean, come on, could we be in a simulation? I don't know. So if this is the final frontier, we need to own some of that and take some of that back. So just wanted to make people really feel that. And I think we accomplished that in the video. And it's a lot of fun, man. There's so many layers. You just see the one video file, but man, you should see my my DaVinci Resolve layers and just the sounds and the effects, and it's
I'll
fun
pass.
though. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that's why they pay you the big bucks, Ken.
Hey man.
I could not even get close to going into
But
DaVinci to try it.
yeah.
But I'll tell you what. I feel that these videos, as long as we hit them really hard, like as long as you and I pick the subject really strong, I don't need to know anything. I don't even need to know anything until you post, because I know for a fact the editing quality, the videography is going to be there. So I'm excited for this series of videos. We're gonna try our very best. Hopefully, I'm not putting too many words in your mouth here, but I have to get Ken. I want to get Ken to a point where I'm supporting him enough to actually do a video a week. Ken alone probably can't do that, right? But can Ken plus Andre? Can Ken plus Andre plus what's the kid's name that we just brought on? What's his name? Biru?
Yeah, I think
Where's his name?
Biru.
Biru Design. We brought him in on a
Yeah.
test. It's like now we got Biru on motion graphics. You're on these videos. We have a ton of workflows for content.
And imagine what this could become too. It's documenting the back room. Someone put a comment on something, it's behind the stage, probably not back room, but behind the stage on all this stuff. It's like, man, imagine if we could get like Jason. So, bro, like we were walking through Paris. We got our croissants and our food and our coffee, and we were just walking and had a good time. We were like, oh, we're tourists. What that does is like we get to see another side of this very smart individual that just shows us that, hey, I want to be that person's friend. I trust that person because, hey, he's just like me. Imagine we just got Jason or something like that. We're just at a restaurant. We're just walking. I mean, he's a little bit more famous than you, Sebi. So it might be hard to just but imagine we get him in, a Waymo or something like that, and we're just chatting with him. Stuff like that. So if you're hearing this, Jason, we'd love to film you. But yeah, man, we got a lot of interesting stuff coming, and I'm super excited. I always want to make the production bigger and bigger, but without losing that soul, that grounding. That's why sometimes you might see my hand in front of the lens, just switching it, or you might see just behind the scenes because, I think there's something there that grounds it. I think Andre also told me that, hey, we kind of want to throw. So he's been a big help to me as well. But hey, we want to keep it raw as well because the production's also raw. It's just me and my buddy. We're running around. It's good, but it's also raw.
Any place to do that, it's in Paris, where you really don't even need like a filter on anything. It's just like
picturesque, bro.
Around the Louvre is like poetry in motion. You're just like walking down the street, and like silence is like a song.
It was beautiful, beautiful. So.
Yeah.
What other locations will sell the video? That's how we need to plan a video.
What other locations? Yeah.
Cape Town, Tokyo.
Princeton University.
Oh, really?
Over here. I'm over in Princeton.
Yeah.
So we can go to Princeton University down the road, and
campuses are nice. I've never.
Bro, Princeton University and Princeton town is like a utopia.
Wow.
You go into like, you drive onto like Nassau Street, and you're just like, what is this?
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And then it's like, everyone is dressed up because like you'll go to another town nearby, like your town, your local town. You'll go to like a strip mall, and you wear your hoodie there. But for the most part, when you're a family and you prepare to go to Princeton, it's so nice. But it's because the area is so nice.
Yeah.
What we should do is get you over here as we launch our initial vault, or maybe even as we come back from Exploit and we're starting to scale the open finance competition. Because in the meantime, guys, and again, we're talking about AI. I don't really want to switch from intelligence to finance, but we do know that there is a story to be told about opening finance and opening intelligence. Bittensor gives me the ability to build systems that perpetuate themselves. And as long as we build that system correct, which Kyle gave you the inkling of how much we're thinking on the finance side, and you guys know the Ditto team to be what they are. So having Ken here to tell these
It's
stories
exciting.
is insane.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So what I want to know is what are some pieces of content? Do you have any? Like to me, I'm always looking at how do people use hooks and capture attention online? How do people advertising? But you're great at video. Do you have any other call outs for people to go see other creators that do kind of content like yourself, or people that follow you?
My guy Nev, I really like Nev Aaron, good friend. I don't even know where I could show people on this setting. Is there a chat? But
I have it.
yeah, Nev Aaron does really good work.
This is Nev, right?
Yeah, that's Nev. Yeah, that video.
That's Harry Halpin.
There you go.
A stranger.
Yeah, it's on mute right now, so I can't show anything on X.
Yeah. But and I also like Blockmate's content. So yeah, dude, like we're I'm just seeing the comments. Hey, beautiful Luke.
Yeah, I don't know what Blockmates. I still don't understand it. Dynamic new media for frontier tech. So is it basically like you pay Blockmates, they'll make a video for you, and then like.
But they're very you basically connect with them. They'll really like want to present your brand in a specific type of way. Like they did Squid Routers content. Clean, so clean. And that's the thing. I also like I like the rawness, man. I like these individual creators who these people can contact, and it's not like, they got to get paid and whatnot, but they'll really do you justice, man. Like they really care, like, because one, if you get the right person, this is just like we're video people. Like, I mean, I went from filming, I filmed weddings. Now I'm able to film myself, and it's just something that, I mean, I was messing with my camera while you were talking to Kyle. I'm just, you can see my tripod right over there. Well, you can't see it because the stuff is in the way, but this is just what we do behind my towel little thing. This is what we love doing. So it's for me, I was doing stuff for free for a long time just because this is what I like doing. But people are like, "Stop that, Ken."
Brother, you're so gifted. It's insane. It's just like we just got to keep it coming. We just got to. That's it. Like, yeah, we just got to keep the pace up. And I don't want to ramble here. I'm trying to keep the your set. I want everybody to attribute your limited time on the show as something to show up for. So with that, I want to give you your second. Wrap up with any notes that you want, any calls to action other than watch the video, and get you on your way.
Yeah, the biggest thing here is owning your intelligence. Go to TAO.com. I mean, I'm sure a lot of these people, are already aware of this, but go to TAO.com, get your first TAO, go to the Discord. But yeah, we really want people to see how dire this is. Own your own intelligence. I mean, just last month, they put an end to Fable and Mythos. So, and through people like Sebi, through people like Bittensor, Zipcode, really trying to help everyone own their own intelligence. So we're going to be putting out more content here in the future, just how you can do that, why you should do that, who can do that. And we just want to take you guys along the way. So I'm excited to do that with Bittensor. And it's exciting. So hit me up, everyone. Just DM me if you got, well, not everyone DM me, but if you're sincere and genuine, DM me and we'll just have a chat and keep things going,
All right. Thank you, Ken. I'll be in touch with you. And I look forward to seeing that next skeleton.
My guy. Hit you up. I'll hit you up.
Ciao. All right. We're going to stay on here, guys. There we go. Remove. Oh, I hope that didn't end on Ken's side. But that being said, what I want to do is I want to have a little bit of fun with this one, guys. What I want to do, how can I do this? How can I get rid of this sidebar on Telegram? What's K version? What is going on here? Oh, got it. All right. Let's go to the TAO Trenches app, or TAO Trenches chat. All right. Thank you for this idea, Shad. I'm running it, bro. Finally. Let's start this week. What is it today? The 15th? Let's go to the 12th. All right. So, TAO news. What I want to do is a segment here about TAO. I've been telling you guys like about me. Like I'm like here's my company, here's this cool thing I did. I'm so cool. This is so fun. Fuck that guy. That guy. Who wants to listen to that guy? You want to listen to the person that has the insight that you probably don't have, which is what the only thing that I have to offer that you don't have is my perspective as a subnet owner, or my experience is even better as a subnet owner. So let's talk about that, right? I'm seeing this stuff. What are my thoughts around subnets? How am I thinking around subnets? I'm going to be critical. I'm not going to make a friend out of every subnet. But when I care about something and when I appreciate something, you're going to know. Please don't. What's it called? Look at my sidebar. But let's just focus here. New. Beam reports a single continuous 107 gigabyte dataset transfer across Bittensor 105, subnet 105, in 2 minutes and 16 seconds through Beam's Transfer Studio, powered by Beam Protocol. Okay. The commodity of being able to transfer datasets kind of just makes sense. I don't know how big this market. Also, the funny thing is I kept reading Beam B1M as BLM AI. I was like, what is BLM AI doing in Bittensor? But it's Beam. And what Beam does is they have this powering the open internet. This is not a validation of what they're doing. I just need to look at what it is because I'm reading it. Proof of bandwidth verified. Every transfer generates stuff and something they're transferring. Okay, emission aligned incentives. Cool. Aren't we all? Built on Bittensor protocol. Cool. All right, here we go. Source. So I send a file to an orchestrator, and that gets broken up into basically tasks. Workers seem to be doing different things like verifying and retrying and giving a report. And then it ends up in the destination. And I would assume, yeah, so this is the constant in the middle. Yep. There's always orchestrator with workers. Simple. I like it. I don't know what's going on behind the hood. And I also wouldn't pay much for this. But if you can get a lot of people to pay not much for this, you can do a lot of things. You can win. I mean, everything in this industry is moving data. So, wow. So they sent a 107 gigabyte workload basically from a source to a destination, and it took 2 minutes. How long does it normally take? We're going simple talk here. Take to transfer a 107 gigabyte file on the internet with standard connection speed. Oh, wow. Huh. This might be like an idiotic question, and I'm probably the last person in the world that still Googles. I mean, they still get an AI output, but how long does it normally on a standard? That's why we use AI and not the Google search. Okay, it takes about, I thought this said 2 minutes. A 107 gigabyte file takes 2 hours and 50 minutes under real world conditions because of standard speed varies widely depending. Can range from 17 minutes to 6 hours. And these guys are doing it in 2 minutes. Wow. Now I get it. So I'm assuming cheaper. It's surely faster. But is it better? Can I do it in every way? Can we use this in Ditto? Because files are a huge part of Ditto, being able to share things with people, load that into other accounts. This is really cool. Expect to hear from me, Beam. Let's go back to Telegram. Beam. Good job. Also, this is in TAO trenches. Links. No. There we go. I don't want to copy the QR code. Silly boy. Sorry, I'm just going to make a post real quick. Is this on mute? Please be muted. I'm going to put it in my chat here. Going through TAO trenches. Going through TAO trenches chat. Join the chat. Yeah, I'm going to be doing this a bunch on these calls, like going through what I see. I'd like to see this a lot. I think that a lot of success in life is doubling down on winners and supporting winners instead of like just trying to find the new thing. The idea that the reason why I say that is because Orion is a new subnet on Bittensor. It was bought, or it is being operated by the Quasar team. The Quasar team does long context models, which are really cool. And I don't know what Orion does, right? It seems to be more of a beam thing, right? If it's like data, but then again, we do remember the problems and the eventual some solutions of Covenant, right? They had a subnet just for the data, their data needs. And that's kind of the reasoning behind this. But my point here is that I don't know what the hell it does, Orion. I'm not going to try to learn that right now. What I do want to focus on more is, hey, this is cool because you have a subnet that has a winning model that's doing really good. Let's get them more resources into that winning thing, the thing that's really good, right? We don't have to go crazy here. But let's continue. OpenTensor reports that moving a Bittensor validator's validation permit triggered a 1-hour alpha lock at 20 TAO. What? What does that even mean? All right. I'm not going to talk about that because I'm either too stupid to know what these words in this combination mean, or there's nothing to be said there. RAL Foundation merged subtensor peer carrying distinct TAO alpha and NetUID identities through runtime metadata. Oh, that's cool. This is basically like when you set the identity. Oh, I don't know if does this affect BT class set identity on subnet? Let's see. Omnibus branch for the next merge to main contains survives into runtime metadata. SDKs can generate distinct. Yeah, this is just more I guess builder resources. This is like, I guess good news for TAO.com and TAO stats. Cool. On Arbos, is this really an agent? I'm going to message you about this, but this is really like an agent pushing stuff. Like, it's kind of crazy. And what is Arbos doing? What is this? Forever running cursor SDK loop. What are the commands? Oh, there we go. So you basically just make this is a goal. Interesting. Ralph. Distill. Distill is pretty interesting. Honestly, I really like it. It's subnet 97, I think. Isn't Albedo? Wasn't that Distill? Yeah. Alchemical intelligence. Is Albedo still Distill? Like, are they still distilling models? Because I feel like that's awesome. We need a subnet that's distilling models. I don't know what I'm looking at here. I'm on Albedo. But it seems to be just like Quen models that are... Who knows? Who the hell knows? Let's go back. That got me down a rabbit hole. Distilling is very needed for Bittensor. Glyph. Says a Bittensor 117 winner compression evaluation data to 7.46% of original size versus 9, basically 2% less. What does this mean? The compression frontier just moved. Compression, what are we compressing, guys? Okay, here we go. Here we go. This thread will track every new winner in Glyph. Glyph is a Bittensor subnet for lossless neutral compression. Miners submit codecs. Validators verify performance, and the best compression artifact earns network incentives until it is dethroned. Wow. Okay, so compression becomes the benchmark. What are we compressing, guys? Please. Oh, okay. That's what it is. Lossless neural compression. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I wasn't even on the tab. Lossless neural compression. That's what we're on. It's this one. Glyph is a Bittensor subnet for lossless neural compression. Miners submit codecs, validators verify. I get it. I just don't know how I would use this. But I know the machine learning engineering team at Ditto will likely use it if the data is valuable for model training or fine-tuning for that matter. All right, back to Telegram. Let's see. That's Glyph. D-Search. This is like honestly one of my top 5, worst case top 10 subnets. It would be like number 6 if it was top 10. D-Search, I use it every day. I love D-Search. Everyone that I talk to who like actively uses Bittensor products is a user of D-Search. I don't know what's going on here. Validator fix normalizes typed search results and treats missing tweet media as empty while still flagging real mismatches. It seems like they're getting stronger. I didn't even realize that this issue was happening. God bless them. Zeus top subnet 18 recorded 12% medium bounded skills against IFS global 2 meter temperature. What? 2 meter? Is that like 2 mile? 2 meter? Who knows? This is too convoluted. I'll just leave it at that. Canito says approximately, yeah, this was sad to see. I'm just going to skip over it. Actually, fuck it. I'm not going to skip over it. It sucks that this stuff happens. My suggestion to the Canito team, considering no, like intentional issues, of course, which I don't see that at all. But given that, to protect myself, you can't go back in time. You can't do anything about it. You will not go and get that money back unless it didn't make it off the exchange yet, and you have all the exchanges like ready to go, and you have proof to give them, because they can't just go be freezing money on people, no matter what you say, right? All you can do is move forward. You guys, this is a team from Bittensor, but as a founder, somebody who went through this recently, all you can do is move forward. That's it. That is it. So move forward, guys. Whether it's Canito, whether it's there was another one, Oro, just move forward. Next, 404 says SN17 owner lock is about 48.K alpha with 100% conviction and perpetual lock enabled. It says 100% of new emissions have been convicted since June. Very cool. Gives me some ideas, more ideas. Beam says it locked an additional 100 Beam alpha tokens. Interesting. So when I did the lock at Zipcode, my idea was let's do conviction, right? We accumulated an excess amount of alpha tokens. Not a crazy amount. We only have 200,000 alpha tokens. But to that point, we're not going to be selling 150 of them. Like, what we don't need to. Like, I don't even know like what would constitute us to sell those 150, right? Now, you got to be careful though, right? You go into a market downturn and you got to pay salaries. Maybe you need to tap into that. I'm not saying we will, We're capitalized quite well. But at the end of the day, you got to be cognizant of this, right? You got Kens and Kyles and Peytons and Omars and all these people, that are in this organization, and they got real responsibilities. So in order for our investors to be like, oh, this is trustable, what we're going to keep doing is we're going to keep putting it on the decay just to protect ourselves, but we're going to keep relocking. So at the end of this month, I'm going to do a relock of alpha. It'll probably be back to that 150K alpha that we had. Maybe we add to 175 because we've been in essentially, in the green in terms of alpha accumulation since June as well. That's how I'm thinking about it. The whole like permanent thing kind of scares me. What I do like is the idea of earning a lot from yield, right? Having like locking up an amount and then the yield that I get for that as an organization, like shoots, that is, that's good, right? Right now, I think we earn 5K a month in yield. I could be wrong, but yeah, it's not anything that's gonna pay for one person on the team half of their salary, if that. So, food for thought, guys. Numinous says Aries has begun paying for its impact feed, given Bit has paid customers for predictive intelligence. Who's paying for it? I can't find it. TAO.com posted it. Block Machine reports. Bittensor subnet 19 has. Oh yeah, I love Block Machine. This just makes so much sense. Honestly, I love the Mog stack. Like, it just makes sense. Video. I mean, honestly, like video, but like file compression, right? It's like, or it's really like file. What is it? Manipulation, right? Or enhancement. Then you have file storage. Then you have blockchain accessibility, and essentially like the node to talk to the blockchain. What else do you have from him? You have inference, right? So you put the whole stack together, and it's truly, we are not going to be able to accomplish what we want to accomplish at Bittensor, open intelligence and open finance, and go the consumer route on both fronts. We can't do this without Hippias, right? We can't do this without Shoots. We can't do this without what else is it? D-Search. These are all, subnets that create the product. My point being is that Mog has a stack, and that stack is so obvious. And it is so helpful that is just already done, right? We have these commodities. Everyone needs storage. Everyone needs the file enhancement. Everyone needs private inference. Everyone needs this. It's done. If someone wants to compete with him, do it. But I know that I don't have to think about those things anymore. Thank you, Mog. Continue. So let's go. Inference Labs has cut, and we're on yesterday now, the guys. We're almost done. Inference Labs has cut Bittensor's Subnet 2's verified bundle cache cap to 256 megabytes. After production tests show compressed bundles expanding several-fold in resident memory. The change addresses verifier memory exhaustion. Yo, TAO.com, you guys got to fix your verbiage. I am so good, and maybe this is what you do. Maybe this is how you get people to click shit, is you like confuse the hell out of them, right? Inference Labs has cut Bittensor Subnet. You kind of make it sound so official. I mean, these are generally good, though, but this one's kind of fucking crazy. So was the Zeus one. I had no idea what that meant. They change addresses, verifier memory. Never mind. Harnix, subnet 67. SDK now supports complete functional tool loops through LLM chat, including parallel tool calls and replaying assistant calls with linked tool results. What is this? Harnix. Oh, Okay. That's not what I wanted. Also, this is a request. I'm going to share my tab now. Mog, somebody, Doug, when I search, right, and I search the Harnex, maybe I just didn't let it load. Never mind. It showed up. Sorry. Deep research as a commodity, faster, cheaper, traceable research produced by a competitive swarm of miners. I don't know if research is its own thing or a tool call in a harness. So it makes sense why they're Harnex. Deep research as a commodity. Yeah, but the point is, like, is deep research a feature or a product? And I think it's a feature. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay. Bittensor's V431 release changes cross subnet emissions to a moving average subnet prices, removes the root proportion term and consolidates the SDK. Removes the root proportion term? What the what? When did written by Arbos? This guy is up to something. The chain now runs spec version 431, and the release changes both the network's economics and the software used to interact with it. Subnet ownership is now contestable through a time-weighted commitment mechanism called conviction. Emission between subnets is now allocated purely in proportion to each subnet's moving average price. The Python SDK and BTCLI command line now ship together as Bittensor V11, built on a new Rust core. The documentation has been rebuilt at bittensor.com/docs, and the chain SDK CLI documentation and websites are now developed and released together from a single repository. That must be the RAW Foundation change. Let me get to the ownership with conviction. Locking alpha on a subnet accrues conviction, a time-weighted commitment score credited to a hotkey chosen by the locker. This is like dedicating your conviction to a validator or another hotkey. Prior to this upgrade, conviction was recorded on-chain but had no effect. If a subnet is more than 1 year old, and if a subnet owner is more than 1 year old, and the total conviction across its lockers exceeds 10% of its outstanding alpha, ownership of the subnet, including the owner's share of emissions, transfers to the hotkey with the highest conviction. 10%? What? Let's 10%, guys. Excuse me? 10%. Let's see what 10% is, guys. Circulating supply. Did it say circulating supply? Where was that screen? If a subnet is more than 1 year old and the total conviction across its lockers exceeds 10% of its outstanding alpha, ownership of the subnet, including outstanding alpha. Is outstanding alpha circulating supply or total issued? Because then I can just like almost like burn this problem away. Okay. So if it's circulating supply, I'm just going to assume it's that number. It's 4.5 million times 1.5, let's say. I don't even know if that's our price right now. Million. 6,750,000. Now, here's a crazy thought. Also, why is it like this? I want to be like this. Here's a crazy thought. If you, well, to buy 10%, let's go to my my holders. Okay. Interesting. So basically you have Astrid with 9%. Holy shit. We have 8%. That's pretty dope. But who's this? Why am I not remembering who this is? This is probably DSV. Okay, that makes sense. All right. So, and this has got to be Michael D. White. It's so easy. Oh my god. Okay, so basically, DSV, Astrid, Sebi, Michael D. White. Basically, I can call upon any of those guys and be like, hey, someone is stupidly trying to take over the network. Vote, lock, great. These are people that won't need the money like that day, and they want to support me. This makes sense. At first, I thought 10%. Oh my god, that's so crazy. But really, think about it. If somebody tried to go buy, and they had nothing, right? They tried to go buy 500,000 tokens. That is $720,000. And what happens if I try to buy, what would that be? Say 4,000 TAO worth. The price would jump 33%. So I don't even, I think that's just the total calculation. Price would probably do something crazier. But then you just get dumped on. So there is a relationship. 10 is kind of low, because if you just do a little bit of lobbying, like, dude, like, why don't I just go? Like, I want another subnet. We have this guy who has this thing that we already have distribution for and like usage for, and like not just from Ditto or from my subnet, but like from a lot of subnets. Why don't I go and like try to take over a subnet? I think that would be kind of interesting to see. There's a ton of shit subnets. I wouldn't run it. I would give it to this person. But if I'm going to buy a subnet anyways for this person, why don't I try to go get one and buy the coolest means necessary, right? Show that it works. Why don't I go take over? Who the hell should I take over? Let's go see. Let's go see who, like, have my thought process of who to go take over. What is this? Coop TAI Factory. Guys, can we stop lying to people? Oh my god. Can we stop lying? Let me screen share, guys. Let me teach you something. Okay? I'm going to leave it at this. Every time I get to the end, I think it's maybe just like my general irritability after having to sit for so long. But I am sick and tired of seeing people promote, and not to just jump on this, just because T is literally in the name. But guys, T's aren't private and uncensorable. The operator can still read what's going on the device. Like, can we stop lying and misleading shareholders or token holders? It's a little bit like a bad look. T is a good start to privacy. But in the research that the big Tensor ecosystem and submitting founders have done and have showed us through demos and research is that T's aren't private enough for the government to use them. The military. If the military can't use a technology, why the fuck would you be able to market it as the private and uncensorable thing that they should be able to use? It's incorrect. So saying you have T's is one thing. Schutz says we have T's. I'm not putting in words in the mouths of anybody, but all I'm saying is if you go out there and say T's are how you have your private compute, it's infinitely scalable. Venice is private compute. No. You literally, on the operator side, you have a vulnerability, and on the closed source model side, you have a vulnerability. Stop, please. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. This has been an hour and 15 minutes of Sebi, Ken, Kyle, and a shit ton of TAO stuff. The things that I didn't get to on this list, let's go through them really fast. Deter AI, they just updated. Cool. Congrats, Fish. Cascade's doing some stuff. Not 7.91. I don't know what that means. Sold 27 to extend runway for Nodexo. Makes sense. Double down on your winners, brother. Good to see you, Zoro. I'm just going to go to the bottom because it's about me. Ditto incentives are live. We have to start getting emissions const, please. At any point of the day, if you want to do that, let me know. But yeah, we still have no incentives, even though we have weights being set at Ditto. That's okay. And what is the last thing? Oh, and Zipcode Finance docs are live. So we already talked about that. Thank you, everybody. I will see you tomorrow, actually. Or maybe we probably call tomorrow off. I was going to do it on the stream. I do them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This week I pushed to Wednesday, because I just was not ready yesterday. I did not sleep, so did not want you guys to see me like that. But I did do the screening, showed out. That's it. I will see you guys on Tuesday of next week, and you're going to see a ton of updates from me in the meantime. Peace, love, and ciao.